Hello and welcome students in the today's video. In this video at our channel we'll be discussing how to read NCERTs and also a very important book called Tamil Nadu Board Economics, and I'll be covering this book in my classes and session this year. And the reason is that this book is very relevant, very good, very easy to read, and it is I would say that it is better than NCERTs in many respects. But NCERT class 11th and 12th does have certain topics which this book is not able to cover. So holistically, if you are able to cover NCERTs and this book, it will be very beneficial. It will cover major part of your preparation part conceptually. Now these books will help you conceptually, and in UPSC 7-8 questions out of 15 questions in economics. Normally in economics you get 15 to 18 questions. So only NCERT will be able to help you to solve at least 6-7 questions just by reading these books. Now normally I advise 11th and 12th NCERT, but a lot of students ask me, sir, should we go for 9th and 10th? Well, in 9th NCERT we have 4 chapters. It's a small book and all chapters are syllabus oriented. So whenever you're reading NCERT, link with syllabus. Very important that once you link with syllabus, see the topics of syllabus and see whether this topic is covered or not. So if you see class 9th and 10th, you'll find that all the topics are actually part of the syllabus, and 11th, 12th also. So in economics class 9th 4 chapters, in class 10th 5 chapters, out of which the first 4 are important. Now when you read these books, very basic level they have covered these topics and very good understanding is there. And for UPSC this understanding is sufficient. You can solve some basic questions also. So if this will require probably maximum 2 weeks, you can cover them in 5 to 7 days very easily. But if you have a lesser time, go with 11th directly, and here class 11th NCERT Indian Economic Development, first chapter 1 to 7. In 10th you have to read first 4 chapters, understanding economic development. In 11th the first 3 chapters are very important, and chapter 4 is about poverty, that is also important. So the first 3 chapters are very important because it is about India's economy, and UPSC syllabus is about Indian economy, in the understanding economic development, Indian economy, social issues. Then coming to the macroeconomics, 1, 2, 3, 5. There are 5 chapters that has to be covered. But I would advise that instead of reading these, you can directly go to the Tamil Nadu board. Now if you're a beginner and you want to start directly, you can start directly from Tamil Nadu board. But again, I would advise that for Indian economy, you have to read economic development, Indian economic development class 11th NCERT. But here also not all chapters. So when you look at it, so there are total 12 chapters, out of which or not all chapters have to be covered. So when you look at these chapters, so this is the syllabus of UPSC macroeconomics. So important chapters which have to be covered: chapter 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Now avoid chapter 4, 8, 12. Now you can directly mark in your notebook that chapter 4, 8 and 12 can be avoided. Interestingly, it is the number of 4, 4, 8, 12, 4 into 2 into 3. Okay, 6 and 7 chapters have to be read selectively. So what have to avoid? Chapter 4, consumption and investment. Chapter 8, international economic organization. Why I am saying this? Because international economic organization are covered in international relations in detail. World Bank, IMF, IBRD. Now remember, this is very important for exam point of view, but the topic that is covered here, they are covered at a superficial level. UPSC might go in depth. So you can see the chapter, but it will not help you to solve the questions, because we are reading books to solve MCQs and crack the exam. At basic level understanding can be there, but you have to go advanced in deep level. So chapter 4, consumption investment, little technical, can be avoided. Then chapter 12, introduction to statistical method and econometrics. Now this can be avoided entirely. Mathematical part can be avoided. Okay. But all other chapters, national income, macroeconomics, employment, monetary economics, money policy, banking, then international economics, some concepts are there. Fiscal economics, very important. Environmental economics, some part. Economics of development and planning. Now this is linked with class 11th NCERT Indian economic development. So this book can be very effective for people who are following this. So you have to avoid chapters 4, 8, 12 and selective reading of chapter 6 and 7. Now question comes that how do I read these books? Now here I will be, I have the book in front of me. This is the class 12th Tamil Nadu Board Economics. And how do I read it? So normally I advise 3 reading approach. So what do? You pick the book. Now this is the book. Now this is the index that you have. You pick the book. This is a photocopy of the book, and you can read it. So first reading would be like a novel. So when you pick it, just read it, understand it conceptually. Don't make notes, because first reading may retention is not there. You can't memorize stuff. And a lot of students try to read in the first reading and try to make notes and try to understand. Don't do it. First reading, just glance through, read the chapter, go chapter by chapter, read the entire chapter, understand what the subject is all about. Just if you don't know some word, leave it. Get a feel of the subject, feel of the topic, and that is very important. Now, first reading is like a novel. Like novel, when you read it without focus on memorization. Memorize nahi karna hai, remember. The second reading part is in detail, in depth. So when you go for the second reading, then highlight. Now remember, I have highlighted here a few stuff. You can look here. I have highlighted few concepts, few examples, key points, keywords, examples, some facts. Okay, so this you can do. The broader points, the outline of the topic, key points, key definition. And whenever you find a new word which you don't know, or you feel that you need to highlight it. And if you don't know the meaning, write the meaning also. Just Google it in simple one line and just write it. So this will help you to understand economic keywords, concepts, and they will help you to solve MCQs. And remember, when you do it intensively. So this second reading will take a lot of time, but do it properly, because UPSC is going to ask the conceptual questions. In market, the books resources are abundant, but UPSC will not ask questions from there, because they want you to, it's a government exam, so government books have to be referred properly. So very interestingly, you can go for the second reading in detailed reading, and in third reading, if you want, you can make a short notes, synopsis of that. So 3 reading approach is what I would always advise to the aspirants who are preparing for the examination, and then identify the keyword, key concept, and then what you do, the solve MCQs. So here you have to solve MCQs, and when you solve MCQs, they will help you to recall. Interestingly, in this NCERT also, if you go with the end of the chapter, now this is very interesting, very easy to read, but there are some conceptual gap here also. So there are different good tables are there. Okay. So you can see here there are good tables are there, understanding is there. Okay. So it is very simple, lucid language it is given. You can solve them. Good diagrams are there, and be very thorough when you read it. Be very thorough when you read it, because when you read it, it is very effectively, it is going to help you. Now, when you cover this, now remember, you can go in the end, and there are MCQs also, very simple one-line MCQs. You can go through them. They will help you to understand it. Detailed MCQ is something that an institute should provide you. For example, we have a detailed class test, and answers are also given in the end, so that is effective. And these are some basic terms. What do you mean by economy? What do you mean by inflation? What is macroeconomics? So they will help you to define the basic concept, because in UPSC you have to, now remember, when you write introduction, you define it. So you can, when you start a basic definition or you start writing these answers also, they will help you at basic level. So it's like NCERT based answer writing. So answer writing is also, I would advise and suggest, because you can do NCERT based answer writing, and that is how the effectiveness can be there. So that is all for today for this video, and I'll be covering a lot of questions and MCQs. So be regular with preparation updates, like my video, subscribe to the channel, and you will feel the difference of learning that we are going to do. And believe me, we take things to next level. We are hardcore, academically we're going to put effort. This channel is dedicated for economic section, social issues, mentorship, answer writing, and the essay part. Okay, so thank you very much. Take care. God bless you.